Welcome back, everybody, to another deck profile video. This is Chris from CTJ the Saiyan Elites. Hopefully you guys are having a good day. I wanted to bring you guys a fun hit rework deck that I have been working on that I'm super excited to show you guys my rendition of it. This leader is awesome. If you guys haven't played this leader or haven't played against it, I'm sure you will in the future, especially with some Draft Box 5 stuff coming out, which I'll make a video about that once I get my hands on that. But before we get into the deck profile, make sure you guys like and subscribe. Let us know what you guys think of the content. We're closing in on 100 subscribers, and we can't thank you guys enough. Thank you for the growth. Thank you. We want to try to help out everybody in the community, and it's we would love to be a big staple in this community in the future. So yeah, and just kind of a message. Make sure everyone, hopefully you guys are safe out there with everything going on in the world. Please wash your hands. Be safe. So to get back to some of the content, what this leader does when you swing, you draw one and you gain 5k. So pretty simple. On your at 4 life, you get to untap one, draw and flip, and become assassin hit. Now both of these effects are incredibly good. So for the auto, you swing, you draw, you gain 5k. So you become a 20k on your front side. Also, you can take a battle card, a skillless battle card, from the drop area with an energy cost of 2 or less, and play it. So you get a free battle card on board. So a lot of skillless stuff comes into effect. A lot of people are running the Kid Cube with the 4-star ball system, which is really nice. I didn't add it to this deck because I wanted to do something a little bit different. But that's definitely something you can do. The active battle though is one of the best effects on this card. Once per turn, you can discard a red card. Or discard a card, which we play, obviously it's red, so you discard a card, place it in the drop area, choose one of your opponent's battle cards with double strike, crit, or blocker, and KO it. So as long as it doesn't have barrier, you can kill it. I've played against, Broly decks, where they've, given double strike to one of their big, 6 drops, or there's other decks where they're swinging in with other cards and they try to give it crit, or they give it double strike with Champa, and you just go, okay, you just discard a card and KO it. It's pretty disgusting. Like I said, it works both on your turn and on their turn. So if you can, it's good to discard cards just to kill it, and then try to get those cards back on the field. So, so for this rendition, we are running red yellow. I've made like 6 of these of this particular deck. I've made red green, I've made red yellow, I've made red blue yellow, I've made red blue. There's so many different combinations, but this one so far has been my favorite. I'm a huge fan of red yellow. So these are the Whis that you use for your check lands, just to give consistency to the deck. Because we're running those, I kind of feel wrong not running the 1-drop Beerus with crit that you get if you have a multicolor red yellow in your energy. This card comes out for 1 15k crit. Very nice card. This card, which I absolutely love this card, and I know more people are starting to realize what it does, but Frost Before the Storm. This card is a great card to have. So you play it out for 1, and then you tap another, and you draw. I would not play this out turn 1, probably turn 2, turn 3. That way you can get it out, and then you actually can use the ability as well. So you basically play it out and draw 1, so it replaces itself. The longer it stays on the board, the more resources it's going to build you. A lot of games, if I'm not playing against board wipes, I'll probably have 2 of these on board at once. Just tap 2, draw 2. It's basically the grade A card, but it stays on the field, and you can consistently keep doing it over and over again as long as it's on the field. I run 3 of them. We don't run the second part. We don't run the other Frost chain in this deck just because it doesn't fit too well. But you run 3 of these, just play them out, just get free card draws. We run a skillless package in this deck. We run 2 of the Botamo and Magetta. I just picked these because just to kind of go with the hit theme, being Universe 6. We run 4 of the naked vanilla hit. 15k. For this card, we run Lightning Fast Hit, and we run 3 of them. What this card does, I think it's a set 1. You evolve this card on top of any hit card. So this card counts as a hit. Evolve it out, and you deal 2 damage to your opponent. Just instant 2 damage. They're down to 2 health. One very cheeky thing you can do is if you're on your awakened side, you swing, draw a card, play out hit for free. They have to remove this card from the board then. Have to remove it. If they don't remove it, you just tap 5 and play out lightning fast hit, and then you just deal 2 damage to them. Free. So, won a lot of games that way. It's also really funny because when you play this out, you're gonna force them to use resources to get rid of this card, and then it just goes back to your drop, and then you can just swing again next turn and pull this card back out and just continue the cycle over and over and over, and it's really funny. But also has double strike. I'm only gonna really evolve this card probably once per game, and that's generally once I get on the 2 life, I'm gonna use this, try to kill him. There's really not many cards that can stop it outside of Royal Condemnation and Frost Deadly Poison, but everything else will go through. Oh, and Deborah and some other there are some other cards that will negate skills, but they have to have it in their hand. I run some spicy stuff. I run 2 of the last year's I think championship packs or whatever these cards were called. The very long name, but basically just Majin Vegeta. If your leaders are red, this card can swing at cards in active mode, and then once per turn, when this card swings at a battle card, this card switches to active mode, and then it gains 10k for the duration of the battle. So you get to basically swing again, and then you're at 25k. Which is nice because, you know, it becomes a target for something else in the deck. We run 2 Fearless Pans. A lot of red decks going in the future that are probably going to be using Hit are going to be running a lot of these. You're going to have a lot of skills cards on board. You can just throw one of these down, give everything 5k and double strike, and then they just go in and just swing. It's pretty disgusting. So 2 of these. I have a 3rd one, but I think 2 is probably plenty for now. Super combos. We run 4 of the Wii super combos. This allows us to neg a card by 10 of our choice, so it doesn't need to be the card that we're attacking. A lot of the times I'll swing with my leader, whether it's either side, draw a card, throw this down, and neg something on the board. Maybe that's at 10k already, and then just remove it. So I'm able to remove a card on the board, as well as being able to swing for lead for big damage. Run some counter plays. Run 2 Champas and 2 Kaiokens. You see a lot of my decks where I run counter plays. I always run kind of an equal amount of both. It's just an OCD thing. This card's decent. You can neg something by 15 or neg one thing 10 and the other one by 5. It's okay. This one's awesome. Obviously, it's one of the best counterplays still in the game, which you should run it if you are putting yellow in any deck. Also, they can be used as arrival fodder. Run a 2 of the Foreseeing Hit, old card. I like this card a lot. It's still funny when you pull this card out and people don't know what it does. When you play this card, you get to look at your opponent's hand, choose 2 battle cards, basically anything that is not a 40k, and send it to the warp for your turn and their turn. It's pretty nasty. If you're going for game, or if you just want to just remove cards from their hand for a while, great way of being able to do it, just because you can then play into them with a bunch of damage. You also get to just get a peek at their hand so you can see what they have. There's nothing like being able to look at your opponent's hand. It's one of the best feelings in the world. They just feel so helpless. So just good. It's you know, you have to hard cast it for 4 obviously, but I don't see it being a really big problem. You also can hypothetically use it as a target to evolve into Lightning Fast Hit. Doesn't come up that much, but it's still a pretty good card. Because we are running red and yellow, we have to run the GOAT, Beerus, No Holds Barred. We run 2, Rival, red yellow, and then you pay a red yellow, and you can KO any card that is under 30k, obviously with no barrier. Or you can choose a opponent's leader card or battle card, ignoring barrier. switch it to rest mode, and it can't be switched back to active mode until my main phase. So, very good card. We run 2 of the Super Saiyan 4 Son Goku Saiyan lineage. Barrier costs 2. If your opponent is on its front, if your leader is on its front side, when you awaken, this card gains 10k power for the duration of the turn, and it's one of the main targets for Heartfelt Plea, which we also run. So kind of the idea is you put this on the board. It has barrier, so it should be able to live for most matchups. You awaken, swing. As long as they can't kill it, then you can use that, wake on top of it, sacrifice it, and then you gain the ability from offering, which allows you to either draw 2 or your opponent has to crit a life. Triple strike as well. Now, I will generally play this out strictly just for the offering. It's a very, very good card. But when I play this card out, if I have this in my hand, I'm going to evolve it. So it's Triple Flash Super Saiyan 4. And what this card does, this allows you, so they both have Triple Strike. They're both 30k. You want to play this out to gain the offering effect. Okay. So the chain, play this out, awaken, play that out, offering. They're going to allow you to draw 2 cards because they're not going to want to take 2. They're not going to take a life. And then you evolve again into this, and you draw 2 more cards with the effect. And it still has Triple Strike. It catches people off guard a lot, but it's a super good card. Still has the flex, so it can't be hit by counterplays. And when you play this, like I said, you draw. You can't activate X evolves for the rest of the turn. But that's okay. And then if this card's power ever reaches over 40k, your opponent cannot use counters during the battle when this card is attacking. The power level has to be beforehand though, so it's kind of a little strange. So you have that, and then the final boss monster is Frieza Army Reborn. I love this card. You got 2 life or less. Reduces the cost of this card by 5, so you can play it out. For 3, so you play it out for 5. When you play this card, your opponent reveals their hand. You choose one of your opponent's cards, place it in the drop area, and then KO every battle card on their field. Basically, there's no card that has more than 40k power. It literally just removes everything, and then it's quad strike. So you're not gonna live through this if you let this play on the board. So for extra cards, we run 2 of the Further Destruction Champas for double strike, mainly for the leader because Pan gives every other one of our cards in the deck double strike. 3 after images because we don't really like to run negates in this deck. This just allows us to neg something, then our leader gains a bunch of power, so hard for them to kill us. 2 denials, the only really board removal that will run just to get rid of stuff. Oh, and then we have 2 Cease to Exist, so that also will allow us to remove cards, just get off the board, and gets through barrier as well. So that's my hit deck. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments. I'll leave a deck profile listing, as I said before, down below, so you guys can check that out. And yeah, let me know what you guys think. I'll see you guys in the next video.